Hello, everyone, and welcome to my live broadcast. So, today we are going to be talking about turn your victim story into a heroic victory story. And you're going to see a little bit of a difference here in the background. My nice neighbors who are moving, unfortunately, next month, but they're moving to Florida. They gave me this bling light fixture in the back here. So I decided to put my lighting fixture near my kitchen here. So you're going to see a little difference in the backdrop here, but I wanted to try something new and also go live. Okay. So happy Wednesday morning and happy, it's the middle of the week. So that's got to make you smile. And this is, I'm going to be talking about, like I said, turning your victim story into a heroic victory story. So if you are watching this live right now, please let me know by hashtagging live in the comments, and please let me know where you are tuning in from. And this episode is also live on my podcast. So welcome to my podcast, which is Let's Break the Silence with Angeline. And please like and subscribe to my podcast on Anchor FM, Spotify, Google, Apple, and all the live streams. And this will also be premiering on my YouTube channel at 7 a.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, where we launch all our new podcast episodes. So please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Let's Break the Silence with Angeline. So I am so happy, to go live because, I want to share some value. I feel that is essentially, missing today. And because I would go live a lot and share a lot of value, but I want to go live here and share some value. Okay. And what inspired me to talk about this subject? Okay. Turning your victim story into a heroic victory story. So, we do live in challenging times today. And I can say this, now is the time to turn inward. So stop. So ask yourself this: have you stopped writing your story? Okay. Back when I was going through my transition from victim to victor, I started to write my story. And I know that for some of you, that's not easy to just open up a book here, like a notebook that I have here that I use every single day to journal, to start writing your story. What is stopping you from writing your story? Okay, if you're a woman who has gone through a traumatic event, gone through domestic violence, please let me know here in the comments, because I would love to, hear your thoughts on this. Because as I was transitioning out of domestic violence, I started to write my story, and I became involved in the online space, and no one knew my story. I mean, no one knew my story. So I, was writing blogs and I was writing my story, sharing my story with the world. But when I went live in 2018 and went live and shared my entire story of how I went from victim to victor of domestic violence, it went viral. And it happened around this time in March. And shortly after that, breakthroughs happened for me. But I want to, ask you this. So what is stopping you from writing your story? So what if the Bible ended before we got our Savior? And this is going to be a little bit deep for some of you. Okay. So if the writer couldn't see what was next, and in writing the hard stuff that happened to Jesus, the writer said, I can't keep writing. The story is too hard. What if they closed the book, laid the pen down, and pushed the chair back to the table and walked away? A blessing lost. Okay. What if Michael Jordan quit in high school when he didn't make the team? A blessing lost. And he failed so many times in his life. And I remember looking up to Michael Jordan when I was going through my transition from victim to victor. Okay. So that was eye-opening for me. And what if Oprah had accepted her defeat after being born into poverty? A blessing lost. Okay. So these are just some examples of what I am talking about right now. So, and I understand that some of you may be writing the toughest chapter of your story right now, but I am going to encourage you and empower you right now. Don't stop writing your story. Okay? Do not lay that pen down and walk away. Because when you're writing your story, you are going to write through the pain, the heartache, the divorce. You're going to write through the trauma that you went through, or if you experienced a layoff, you're going to write through the abuse. You're going to write through the tears, and you write until you see your blessing. Because guess what, my friend? It's coming. The blessing is coming. And, recently I've had many new women reach out to me, and, which I feel super blessed. And I can tell you there is a crisis going on here in this world that we are living in, this crazy world that we're living in. It's just I've never seen anything like it. And it actually reminds me of what we went through in 2020. As most of you know, we went through a pandemic. So I totally get it. I totally understand how people are feeling. But you reach the point sometimes where you know you want to say to yourself, do you still want to play the victim? I mean, are you just going to sit in this victim state and play the victim? Okay, I certainly didn't. I kept moving forward. Okay, so in life, you must go through a breakdown to get to your breakthrough. Okay, you've got to dance with defeat. In other words, dancing in the rain. Life is all about dancing in the rain. So you may be going through something right now and you want to write that book. And you know what? Write that book. Journal your thoughts and feelings. Step up, step into ownership. And the first thing that I had to do was to take ownership. So I had to take ownership, and I said to myself, you know what I'm doing right now is not serving me. I need to stop playing the victim, and I need to write my story. And I wrote my story. And as soon as my divorce became final in 2011, breakthroughs happened for me, which I feel super, super blessed about. And then the story goes on and on. And guess what, everyone? We're going to go through ups and downs in life, especially for coaches, entrepreneurs, anyone who is watching this live right now. We're going to go through ups and downs. That's just part of life. Whether you're unhappy with your job and you want to start your own business, start your own business. Okay? Or do something that is going to, make you happy. Because I can tell you this, working at a full-time job, going to a full-time job that you don't like, that's not going to help you propel forward. Okay. Speaking for myself, I'm proud to say that, I've been writing my story. I've been working behind the scenes, and I feel super blessed that I stepped into my own power and truth, because God has called me to a higher power, and God has called me to make an impact and create my signature coaching program that is going to change women's lives. And I know that is in my heart. That is in my heart. And I know that's, for some of you, especially, I have a lot of women, who follow me on my personal Facebook page and also on my Facebook fan page and also my private Facebook group. You know, there are women who want change, but I can tell you this. I know that I wanted change. And when I wanted change, I started writing my story and I haven't written my book yet, but I'm going to work on that. But the first thing that I decided to do was to recreate my signature coaching program that is going to help women step into their own power and truth. And, you know, this is my longing and this is my calling. God has called me to do this. And I know that God is providing for me. Okay. And, you know, for those of you who are seeking, you know, transformation, you know, I understand how you feel. It may feel scary. It's going to feel scary at first. And, you know, I know, you know, what is it that you truly desire and why is it so important to you? Okay. And, you know, what we need to do is we need to identify, you know, what the problem is. Okay. Maybe you're experiencing imposter syndrome. Maybe you're downplaying your greatness. Maybe you're overthinking, you're overanalyzing. Maybe you're suffering from low self-worth, self-trust. You may have some trust issues or low self-esteem and afraid to love themselves, and you're afraid to love yourself and love others. Okay. So let me ask you this. How is that impacting your life right now? Okay. So write your story. Write your story. Pick up your pen and finish it, even if you are soaking with tears. And I can tell you this, when I was writing my story and I shared my story out in public in 2018, I was in tears. I was afraid to go live. I was literally afraid to go live to share my story. And I remember when, you know, back in the day when, you know, we didn't have StreamYard and I just had my phone. I was holding my phone. I was in my 1-bedroom apartment. And my mentor said, all you have to do is just look at the camera and go live. And I wasn't smiling. The camera was shaking. I had tears streaming down my face. But guess what? My video went viral and it hit, I believe, over 10,000 views because so many people and, you know, people want to hear your story. Okay. And the reason why, and, you know, someone out there is looking for hope. Not only looking for hope, but they're looking for change. And I know that I had talked about this in 2018. In fact, there are people out there who are looking for hope. They're scrolling on Facebook. They may be scrolling on Instagram. They may be, now we have TikTok. So now there's, you know, they're scrolling on TikTok. Someone is looking for hope. And I know I was in 2010 when I filed for divorce. I was looking for something and I found it. Okay. I became involved in the online space. I became involved with the health and wellness company that really, really changed my life at the time. And now I'm back in to my health, health and wellness, taking care of me and partnering with the company that has changed my life. Okay. And I flew to Charlotte, North Carolina. So when you're writing your story, I can tell you this, breakthroughs are going to happen. No doubt about it. Breakthroughs are going to happen for you. So I hope that this video is encouraging and supportive. I hope that you got value from this. So, you know, pick up your pen and finish your story. Because after all, isn't that what we teach our children? For those of you who are single moms out there, or you know, you're married and you stay home and watch your child and work from home. You know, you have a job right now where you're working from home and, you know, you feel that there's something missing. That could be writing your story. You haven't written your story, or you started writing your story and you stopped it. Okay. But finish your story, because your story is going to have a huge impact on people's lives. So, are you with me on this? Let me know in the comments below if you are with me on this. Okay. So, what I want to say is this. So, I want to thank those of you who tuned into the live today. And this broadcast is going to be uploaded onto my podcast, which is Let's Break the Silence with Angeline. So again, you can like and subscribe. And actually, Anchor FM was bought by Spotify. So you can find me. It's called Spotify for podcasters, but you can still find me on Anchor FM. The link is on my new website, which is letsbreakthesilence.com. And you can also find me on Google, Apple, and all the live streams. Okay. So we launch, new podcast episodes every single Wednesday. Okay. So I want to encourage you to do this. Okay. So you have a choice. You can continue to live the life you are now and avoid healing from your abusive relationship. You can avoid new loving relationships. You can avoid receiving a life full of joy and victory. You can avoid being free from overwhelm and doubt about your next steps, okay? Or you can make the decision to take the next step into victory and break the silence on your past trauma and hurt, okay? And I understand how you feel because I've been in your shoes, and I know it's possible to live a life where you no longer feel like a victim. And I want to show you how. So, what I want you to do is that I'm super excited that I am launching my brand new signature program, which is going to be on April 11th. So, what I want you to do is this: drop victory in the comments to learn how to take the step from victim to victor in my partnership program. Let's break the silence. And if I can do it, so can you. So do not drop the pen. You take this pen, start opening up your journal, and start writing your story. I want to hear what your story is. And if you would like to join my private Facebook group for women, which is Let's Break the Silence, okay, it is a safe community for women to share their real life stories. So if you would like to join my Facebook group, please comment below Facebook group, and I will send you a direct message, and I will add you to the group. Okay. So we are launching on April 11th, and I'm really, really super excited because I know that this is what God has called me to do. Okay. To work my own business and to inspire women and to change women's lives. Okay. And I know that my podcast has changed many people's lives, including men too. Okay. Men and women. So our podcast is growing. We are in 7 countries, soon to be 8. And stay tuned because next weekend I am going to be interviewing an amazing lady. And stay tuned for that. She's from Kenya. That is going to be live 1 week from it's going to be next Sunday. And I believe that's April already. I can't believe it. Time is going so quickly. We're almost at the end of the month. So it'll be on Sunday, next Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So please be on the lookout for the premiere. Okay. So I want to wish you an amazing day. Happy Wednesday. And turn your victim story into a heroic victory story. Have a great day, everyone.